The creepiest losers are those who can't stand different ideas and opinions other than their own, who can't abide living in a world with diversity and differences other than their own. If I try to use the services of what some businesses have to offer to help me put videos together, different services for different processes on an assembly line of production, and if each and every one of these corporations are either blocking my ideas because they don't like what I am saying, or rewriting and modifying what I have written to take the edge away, then by the time I process the work from business to business on the way to completion, I don't recognize my video anymore. It's not my work, it's the corporation's work, to keep things safe for the corporation. And that's as weak as fuck. It's exactly like the owner of an art gallery repainting the artist's work to fit into his gallery better. If you are such a petty snowflake of a loser, that even when you manipulate everything so you can't lose, yet you still lose, you know you're the biggest loser on the planet, not a winner. These so-called tough guys who see themselves as superior winners, fantasizing about being a hard Nazi, are the softest people in the world. All they do is burrow deeper and deeper into softness and luxury. That's their whole raison d'etre. However, specializing in killing people using the institutions of state as weapons is actually the act of a criminal confidence trickster and street thief that has a cost. If they are constantly protected from their own foolish decisions, they can never learn and have no incentive to learn. The rich are not successful. They just stole more property than anyone else and called it success. They just use a small part of their ill-gotten plunder to bribe others to look the other way. All organized crime does so. Once that corruption is held for generations, it begins to resemble the status quo. That's the sure sign of a soft loser. Look at the lengths they are prepared to go to in order to just appear successful. It's truly pathetic. The so-called elite are utterly dependent upon the so-called poor. The so-called elite manipulate everything to achieve such black holes of despair and want, to create poverty, so they amplify the difference between them and everyone else, as well as to have something horrible to threaten non-compliance with. They hate everyone else, because they rape and exploit everyone else. This is their pathology, that they must put others beneath them to hide from the consequences of what they have done to them. It's no coincidence that the designated enemy of the state are also the designated historical victims of the exploitation of the so-called elite. It's all a scam. We are being ripped off and lied to every day. They can't afford for us to wake up, because their wealth relies upon our continued acquiesce to the selfish needs of the big baby rich people, tantrum-throwing, deluded assholes with no skills other than lying and cheating, killing children, and living off the mountain of corpses they have made. Who taught us our values from birth? Oh, that's right. It's the so-called elite again. What an amazing coincidence, that we have been socialized and indoctrinated to love our enslavement by these old slave-owning families. Fuck them. It never had to be like this. When capitalism becomes the economy of genocide, and too big to fail, too important to stop, it is the entire system that just failed. Here's a newsflash, assholes. We are not alive for the sport of others. We don't exist as your chew toy. You have no special rights over anybody. This is my declaration of freedom and independence from you goddamned vampires, both psychic and physical. You are not invited in, and the truth is the sun you cannot stand the light of. Thou art lucifuge, sophifuge, fleeing from the light of truth, and I dedicate myself to such a burning light. May I be engulfed by such a fire, radiant and all-consuming. Time's up, fun boys. The bills have arrived and the sky is dark with chickens coming home to roost.